Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be here. It's ANZAC Day 2023 and the Diggers, being Collingwood, have triumphed over the Turks, being Essington, in the thrill of combat. And I don't like to throw around the term hero, boys. But Nick Dacos is the greatest Australian rules footballer in the history of the sport. I am Benry, here for Barely Touched Him's 10th episode, Public Holiday Extravaganza. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a live studio audience. It's fantastic. And we've got a fake studio audience in the sound effects. And I am joined by, as always, one of those albino twins who tried to kill Neo in The Matrix Reloaded, Corey Daffin.
Yes, thank you.
How are you, mate?
Thank you, very good.
And I am also joined... Settle down. I am also joined by the HR representative for the Lollipop Guild, Joel Burnage. How are you, mate?
This is way
Lid's
better
off?
than live.
Your lid is off.
You've come at that with a bag full of hammers.
My last two intros were bad, so I had to kick it up a notch. I'm glad
that's
you all
good.
enjoyed it.
Sweet Lord.
We have some beautiful live studio audience members. Pretend there's 20 of them. There's only 4.
There is.
But we can make it work. What a day of footy. What a round of footy, lads.
Yes, well, we've just come off the back of we're recording right after the end of the Anzac Day game. It must be said.
Hyped.
Yes.
It was very hyped. We're at Corey's, as always, in the shed. We're in the living room watching it. I set off the dogs with my reaction to a couple of Nicky Dacos' goals.
Nulla didn't like that first Nicky Dacos goal.
He was getting Vietnam flashbacks from something.
He went to give you a little bit of a bite.
I think he did.
Yeah.
But it's fine. He's a good boy. And we'll go straight into the footy results rather than the footy news, because there wasn't that much news except injuries from the games. There's a little bit of extracurricular stuff. But Joel, what was the first game? Well, we know, me and Corey were there, but let's go through the formalities anyway.
Alrighty, so
great
the
time.
Dogs knocking over Freo by 49 points on the Friday night.
Yep.
Bonty's a freak.
Bonty's a freak, and Freo are just a bit shit, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are...
Yep.
Now, like you said, we were at this game, and it must be said that the Dogs weren't looking too crash hot either. It was it was literally how bad Freo was that the scoreline looked that bad. What did it end up? 105 to 60,
something like that,
or something.
But the spectacle of being there was
great.
pretty great.
Yeah,
Like
it was great.
the night Anzac Day vibes of me and Corey were right up in the top tier in the nosebleeds. Thank you to my mate Kelly for the tickets, viewer of the show, Kelly.
Thank you.
And I was getting chills, like as they were doing the minute silence and stuff. There was some bloke yelling out
Down in the
during the
forward
minute
pocket.
silence. I
Yes.
don't know if it came in on the broadcast, but like it's lest we forget, or like it's the end of the last post, like boop, 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 and then it's 30 seconds of silence, and then some guy going, it's something in the front row, and fuck, it was awful. It was very disrespectful.
A quiet stadium of 60-odd thousand people, and one fella going off in the forward pocket.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild.
It was, and then immediately they start beating the shit out of Rory Lobb, which is also hilarious.
Right off the bat.
But was Freo ever in that?
No.
Like you guys, I wasn't watching it because I was off doing something
They
else.
weren't completely out of it at the start. Like it was a bit of an arm wrestle,
yeah.
but I didn't think they were going to win the game.
Man,
No.
they had absolutely nothing. Like just holding it on half back, not giving it to anyone, and the people that were presenting even half of an opportunity were just getting left. It was absolutely abysmal. They did not look like a top tier football team.
Yeah.
whatsoever.
What was next on the games, Joel?
Alrighty, so Port beating the Eagles by 40 points over at the Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, I think Eagles are having a series of honourable smashings.
Holding it.
Yeah, they're holding it. Like,
could
you know,
be
it's-
worse.
they're like games that they could have lost by 120 if they had just, hung their heads and give it up a little bit. But they're having a crap. Finlayson was good.
5
He had
goals.
5,
I believe,
yeah.
Yeah, fuck,
including
I
the
forgot.
first.
I didn't realise he got up to 5.
He did,
very
yes.
good, very good,
Todd
Jeremy.
Marshall's got concussion as well.
What?
And Tom Jonas is out with a week with suspension for hitting Jai Cully.
Yeah, I left the room when that hit happened, and I heard Nadia cry out. Did Cully get pretty fucked up from the hit, or was it?
He got up and kept going.
He got out.
Yeah.
It was
He
days
kicked 4 goals for the
momentarily.
games.
Yeah.
But end of the day, he got a 1-week ban. And
Yeah, it might be good for him. He's been in a bit of a shit patch of footy, Tom Jonas. He hasn't been playing particularly well.
Well, did you see the kid that debuted, Ollie Lord?
Yeah, I know Dermot loved him.
Dermy loved him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I reckon he blew a load in the first quarter just talking about him.
Derm blows a lot of
me.
things.
He kicked 1 goal, 1 and 2 out in the full, but fuck me, Dermy loved him.
When Dermy gets his claws into a player he likes,
Oh, he loves him.
We're smashing through these, Joel. What was the next game?
Alrighty, so Brisbane knocking over GWS by 21 points. Cameron kicking 7 goals too.
Yeah, it is.
He got to 7.
Yeah, he did get to 7.
I only caught half of that game.
There's a few. Charlie Cameron, I think, is number 1 at the top of this heap, but there's a few small forwards creeping up the Coleman tally early. And if Charlie keeps it up, he could finish top 5 in the Coleman. He's done it before.
He's not going to win it, but he'll finish up there.
No, definitely not.
No one's going to get close to Jazza.
And GWS, I thought they were playing all right. They challenged.
Yeah, but they always are. And end of the day, they're young, going to drop off.
Yeah. Next, smashing through it.
Oh, fuck, mate. Let's go.
Go, Joel. Give me the game.
All right, Geelong, Sydney, 93 points. We all saw this. Geelong just absolutely bent them over.
Yeah,
It looked like kids playing against men.
It's very disappointing to see. Like,
disappointing
Sydney.
is a nice way to put it.
I was expecting this to be a cracker, really
Geelong
close.
couldn't do anything wrong.
I fucking tipped Sydney. Why did I tip against Geelong at GMHBA? Why, or whatever the fuck it's called now?
they've
Because
been
every
awful.
turn they made was just fucking perfect.
Is it still GMHBA Stadium?
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. What is GMHBA? What is that?
I think it's an insurance firm of some
that's
variety.
boring.
Or a bank.
It could be a bank.
Yeah.
It could be a bank. They're doing Renos to it, though.
I
It
think
looks,
the B and the A at the end stands for Bank Australia, perhaps.
all right. Well, it's a hole of a ground.
It is bad.
It is a hole. But Dangerfield was good. He got 31 touches and a goal.
Cameron always good.
was
Back
very
on
big.
form.
Yeah, Hawkins and Cameron got 5 each.
Well, Hawkins was playing on Mills, and it looked like me playing on you.
Yeah, well, Mills hasn't
He
been.
couldn't fit his arms around him.
Mills hasn't been
He
like.
looked like a child.
It was. Tom Hawkins is much thicker than Callum Mills.
He's
Like,
put on weight as well. Like, he's
yeah.
looking big.
He's got a very.
His legs are like the same size as my torso.
It's a very agile dad bod. Very, very agile dad bod. What was after that one, Jolie?
Alrighty, so the Crows and the Hawks. So 3-point winners after Fogarty kicks the match
Yeah,
winner.
go the Crom. This
Yeah.
was sick.
This was a sick game. Take away today's game. This is my game of the round.
I was just about to say that.
very good.
Yeah, honest, that kick from Fogarty from the pocket, and Rankin's one just before it.
Yeah.
Fogarty's kick from the pocket was absolutely elite.
Yeah, and he went the drop punt as well,
Yeah.
which you love to
Yep.
see. Like, how many times have we seen, like, Mackay or Myercheck or Tom Lynch do that set shot and fuck it because he's gone the
Well,
snap?
Tex Walker kicked 4 goals.
Yeah, he
At
was
his
good.
age, he's still.
But
Rankin-
I thought
still right
Fogarty's
there.
were sexier goals.
Rankin
I thought
with
they were
one-
better.
Fogarty is sexy.
He's a sexy
Rankin
man.
with 1 goal and it only coming late was
Yeah,
interesting.
all he
'cause
needs.
He's been on fire.
All he needs.
And Bruce missing 2 set shots at goals cost me 10 grand on the multi.
Did you actually have a 10 grand multi riding
Yeah.
on Bruce?
Yeah.
Well,
That's so
he was
heartbreaking.
the only leg that fucked me up.
Yeah. How many legs were there in total?
Oh, like 40.
38.
Oh, man.
He does it every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one nearly worked. Always chase your losses.
And Crom, as we love to see, in the 8, which, so my bold preseason prediction is still on track to be there.
They've got a good young team.
They fucking do.
Looking
They fucking
good,
do.
yeah.
Dawson, I think, is.
What a
he's
steal.
the best captain in the comp at the moment.
the way he's running the team,
Yeah.
I would say so. I would say so.
Yeah.
Next up, what was next, Jolie?
So this is my game. Have we got the sound ready for this?
Have you got the Saints thing? Yeah, you deserve the sound effect. For the live studio audience that can't hear the sound effect, Corey's going to play when the Saints go marching in.
Oh, when the Saints.
There he is. He's a
Just
happy
read the
boy.
score. Read the score.
Oh, when
He's just
the
read
Saints-
the fucking score. Just read the score.
82 to 60, 22-point winners. Fuck, the Saints are good.
They are good.
Oh, lids are off.
I
Lids are
must
gone. We're not
say-
getting them back. The Saints are winning the flag.
All right.
Oh, it's,
they
it's
are
good.
still top of the ladder. They are going pretty damn well.
When are people going to give us some respect?
And what I liked about the Saints game is that Carlton had. You look at the stat sheet of
80
possession
more
getters.
disposals.
Yeah, they won. They won nearly every stat in the end.
But it's because Saints are such an even team across the board, and they've got very good contributions.
They tagged Wilkie this week, which was interesting.
Yeah, that's a bold call from Vossi. Didn't work out. Oh no, sorry, they were playing fucking. Who were they playing again?
Yeah, Vossi, yeah.
Yeah, Vossi. I just got you looked at me like I said the wrong name. I was like, what?
I'm going to look at you like that from now on.
Bold call from Vossi to tag Wilkie. If you're going to tag anyone, I would think like maybe a half-forward tag on Sinclair maybe. He got a lot of the ball, or...
Well, Steele had 8 touches to half time, and they realised he wasn't informed, so they changed his role and tagged Cripps. And took him out of it.
Membry played well.
He played well for his first game back.
Good to see him back in and playing well.
When's King back in?
After the bye.
All right, and when is so you got 5-6 weeks away, thereabouts?
Yeah, 4 or 5, yeah.
When he comes in, we've discussed this before. It's going to be interesting to see how.
Well, Billings came back through the VFL and kicked 3 goals with 20 touches in 3 quarters.
Yeah, they've got the depth. They've definitely got the
Vitel had
depth.
38 in the VFL as well.
Yeah, goddamn. We'll get more into this into the Is Joel OK segment where we will go the weekly prediction of Joel saying the Saints are going to win the flag. The Saints are going to win the flag. I'm a hard little boy.
I just want to give a shout out to the 4 extra players that were on the field for Carlton wearing yellow.
Oh, don't be one of those guys. Jesus, man.
They were. Sorry.
We're not that kind of podcast.
Both
We are
of you,
smart
both of you,
football
both
fans.
of you, shut up. Our live studio audience guest here, Zach, was watching the game with me, and he can actually agree to me.
You're being targeted here, Zach.
Okay.
Was the umpiring shit, Zach?
Don't bring Zach in.
He said it was
Don't
pretty
bring
shit.
Zach into it.
No, to be fair, it was shit for both teams, but like there was a few calls that were just absolutely disgraceful.
I am so opposed to blaming the umpires for anything.
Yeah.
Hey, we still won, so it just shows how good we are.
I love umpires. I'm just going to say that.
Good on
I
you.
love them. I love all of them. I think they're
pretty
great.
good.
I think they're
They're
great.
pretty
Except
good.
Dean Margetts, he was shit.
Yeah.
Next game, Joel.
Alrighty, so the Suns beating North by 43 points. King
Yeah.
kicking 5.
Yeah, Ben King. You love to see him hitting the score
getting
sheet.
5
Well, it's going to be
very
nice
good.
when he's playing for the Saints in
And,
a couple
uh,
of years' time. So
Took Miller going down with the
Yeah.
knee.
Meniscus.
I think there were. Is it meniscus?
Meniscus tear.
So that's like 8 weeks?
Possibly back this year.
Oh, that's rough.
it, yeah.
That's very rough.
yeah, anywhere from 2 months to 3 months.
You'd put a line through him now. That's how important Took is.
It may be a blessing because they have been relying a lot on that core trio of
Matt Rao.
In the midfield.
Matt Rao,
Anderson.
Anderson, and Took.
So
And-
who replaces him immediately at centre
Well,
bounce, as you
obviously
reckon?
Sammy
Sammy Flanders once he comes back in, yes. I reckon they could chuck. Oh, who else have they got? I reckon
What about Hollins? Where's
Hollins could. Brandon Ellis could get in there as a little sweeper.
Yeah, that'd be
or
nice.
Nick Holman loves an inside ball. You
Yeah,
chuck
but he's
Nicky
doing
Holman.
well up forward.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't
that's-
move him.
Good small forwards go well in the midfield these days.
Yeah,
They're
but he's
playing
playing
very similar
really
roles.
good up
He
forward.
is. But diversity is good. Like if you've got 7 or 8 blokes in your team that want to come into the centre bounce and are good in the centre bounce, it's why like Saints are good. It's why Melbourne are good. It's why Collingwood are good. It's just a nice problem to have. What was next, Joel?
Alrighty, so Melbourne knocking over Richmond by 3 goals.
Yeah, I missed most of this game because I was at a quiz night last night. But as
caught
I
it.
was
How'd you
watching it, we came 4th out of a
What
lot
was
of
your team
teams.
name?
General quiz.
Well, we wanted to call the team. It was just general knowledge quiz. Yeah,
Yeah.
we wanted to call the team emergency. Everyone evacuate the building. So when they read it out at the
too
end,
wordy.
but they didn't let us do it because they were like, they were like, no, that's not cool. We can't say that, which I thought was pretty cowardly.
What? So they didn't let you say it, not because it was too long.
No, because they didn't want to have like they thought
Okay.
it was as
Weird.
They didn't like it, and
Very wordy.
yeah. So we
You
came
couldn't think of
fourth.
something better that was just short.
I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head.
All right.
I couldn't think of anything.
Oh, you work on it.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Not
Either
mad,
way,
just
well, you guys
disappointed.
talk about this game.
Melbourne, Richmond, very good.
Noah Cumberland,
Yeah.
the 3 goals in the first quarter. Fuck, he
yeah.
was good.
It was a.
When do we start giving him a cool nickname of the Cum?
Oh, right now.
Yeah. Can we call him the Cum?
The big
I
cum.
like it. The big
cums-
Cum.
the big cum's got on the
cum.
ball. I like it.
And
Oh,
we do
yes.
love him if he's
He's a
listening.
great player.
Yeah.
He's really good. I
Was
love
there
his
not,
pace.
was there not back in the early 2000s or late 90s an English goalkeeper called Seaman? Seaman, because there was a great commentary bit from
think
the early
there was.
2000s where the commentators have gone, Seaman smothered the ball, and then they've all snickered for 10 to 15 seconds, and then gone back into the commentary.
It's like the Sandful footballer.
David Seaman, that was his
David
name.
Seaman. It's like the Sandful footballer from the early 1900s, Dick Head. That is
Love
his name.
Great. Great
It'd be
name.
great, but we love
Great
Noah
name.
Cumberland.
Yeah,
And
so we can call him the cum. I think that's
the big cum.
Yeah, that's
he's the big cum.
cum.
But
Yeah, I like
Richmond
that.
only on 6 points in the bottom 4 of the ladder at the
Not
moment.
great.
Yeah.
And they played quite well, especially that third quarter. It lit up. The very finals, like in the ferocity and the pace of the game.
Yeah.
But they faded away in the in
Melbourne
the
do
fourth
what
quarter.
Melbourne do, and they just get it
Yeah.
done.
They are.
Maxi gone, first game back.
Van
Very
Bruin
good,
in the
very
end
good.
as well. He was about to get subbed out.
I would say they're my favourites for the flag at the moment, Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Like, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
You know
do.
the Saints are there, right?
Interesting.
I am well aware that
Okay,
they
yeah.
exist, Joel.
They'll
I'm well aware.
Barely make the 8, Joel.
It would be so fucking good if they made ninth. Moving on. And I think there was one more game
There
that we
was.
saw today. Hit the button, Corey. Yes, the Pies
13
team
point winners.
is playing. This was
Essendon didn't kick a goal.
game of the
last
round. Game of the round, Anzac Day.
Easily
Collingwood
game of the
running
round.
away in
7-goal
2022
comeback.
fashion. Massive comeback in the last quarter. How much
Yeah.
were we down at three-quarter time? It was.
25 odd, maybe
It might have been.
possibly 30.
It might have been 31 or
Nah,
something
it
like
was
that.
more than 5 goals.
Yeah, it was 30 odd goals.
So-
I did pop a cheeky look onto the AFL subreddit, and they were writing off Collingwood.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
was writing us
yeah.
off.
There was even Collingwood flares saying, well, game over.
Yeah, and
And for Nicky Dacos to kick the goal to put him in front.
he kicked 2 in that last quarter.
Yeah.
They were both in the last quarter, weren't they?
So,
No, one was.
Oh, yeah, one
Leading
was-
into the last break, the Dons had 4 straight, and then the Pies proceeded to kick 7 straight. In
They
the
were
final quarter.
steamrolling.
So-
They were absolutely steamrolling. And Nick Dacos with the Anzac Day medal.
Yes.
40 touches.
40 touches, 2 goals. I think he was. I don't know what efficiency he was going at, but I'm going to guess
High.
like 80 odd, probably higher. Just what a fucking game of footy. Pies are now 3rd on the ladder, I
Second.
think. Second.
Second.
Yeah. Saints are first. Pies are second.
percentage, Saints are at 140 and the Pies are at 122.6.
God damn. Look at us. Look at our two teams.
We should have started the
look at 'em
podcast
go.
earlier.
We should have.
It's going to make it all the more entertaining when it all comes crashing
Also, that camera
down.
is so white. Like, we are looking
Uh,
real
it-
pasty.
It's auto contrasting. It'll come back.
It'll
Oh,
come back.
sweet.
It'll come back. So now let's get into the MVP voting of the round. I haven't got Monty's up on the thing here, but Joel, if you want to go through your top 5 of the round, this is the BTH MVP Award medal voting. Top 5 players of the round. Top player gets 5 votes, etc. Descending order. Joel, what do you got?
Alrighty, so with 1 vote, I'm going Tex Walker. 4 goals, 20 touches, 10 scoring
respectable.
involvements.
Yes.
It looked good out there.
He did.
Yeah, he looked
It was
very
a big
good.
part of why they won.
He's
And
still.
it wasn't out of nowhere either. Last week, I think he kicked a little bit of a bag as well.
He's
Did
been
he not?
kicking well all
Yeah.
year.
There are times where he can still be the best player on the
Does
ground.
he play on
Like-
next year?
You would think
I
so.
don't know, actually. I haven't thought about it.
You would think
but
so.
Well,
If he
think
keeps
about
this
it
form
now.
up.
He doesn't look like he's going to slow down.
No.
It's about if he wants to, he can.
Yeah.
I think for a while there was a lot more pressure on him because his team was god awful. But now that he's got this midfield out of nowhere and this forward line around him, he doesn't have that pressure, and I think that's a factor as to why he is
big
playing
time. Who
back
have you
at his
got
best.
for 2 votes, Joel?
Alrighty, so Charlie Cameron kicking 7 goals, 15 touches, 12 score involvements. Yeah.
Not bad.
Fair call. 7
Not bad.
goals. You
He did
can't
well.
really. I'm surprised you only gave him 2, to be honest. Who have you got
Look-
for 3?
3, danger.
Yeah.
Danger.
Yeah.
31, 7 clearances.
Back to form.
7
Back to form. He's been very
Yeah.
quiet.
He's been teasing a big game for like a few weeks, and
Whether the captaincy slowed him down a bit as well.
I got him off of the bargain bin in fantasy as well. He was
did.
sitting in the free agency. I went, "It's fucking
Who put him
danger."
there?
Look, who dropped danger? Do we know? Harry Hyam, thank you
Yeah.
very much for the Brownlow medalist. I've chucked him in my midfield. What a
You can't
what,
drop a Brownlow medalist.
yeah,
can you?
well, I traded Dustin Martin for Harry Himmelberg. Let's not talk about that.
I've been trying to trade Neil. So.
Yeah. Oh, he's hot danger. Who was your 4 votes, Joel?
Bontempelli.
Yeah.
Put the
very
team on
good.
his back.
Huge.
As per
Absolutely did his
usual.
job, yeah. And then 5 votes, Nick Dacos.
Oh, I think he'll be in the lead after this. I
Yeah.
think
He
he
already
will.
was in the lead, yeah.
I've got Monty's votes here as well. 1 vote, Noah Anderson.
Yes.
2 votes, Connor Rozee. He had a great game.
Yep,
3
very good.
votes, The Bont. 4 votes, Charlie Cameron. And 5 votes, Nick Dacos. Yes.
Huge,
Corey,
huge,
who have
huge,
you got,
huge,
Corey?
Huge. 1 vote, danger.
Yes.
Back to form, obviously, like we've said. 2 votes, Bo McCreary.
Yeah, 2. You got him for 2. I
2
love
votes.
it. I
2
love
votes.
it. Yes.
Huge game. Huge
Yeah.
game from McCreary.
Last quarter was insanely good.
All over the ground, getting it everywhere, stopping stuff, making stuff happen. Love it.
Yep,
Love it.
yep,
Absolutely
yep.
love it. I think he maybe. Oh, he kicked a goal after the
I
siren.
was
also.
looking. I was looking at the stat sheet, and apparently, according to the stats, he only had 2 tackles, which is bullshit.
not
He had
correct.
way
That's not
more
correct.
tackles than
That's
that.
not correct.
I don't trust it, but great pick.
3 votes. Rory Laird.
Oh yes.
29, 12 tackles, 10 clearances. He's been a bit quiet for a little while, and
Yep.
it's usually
He's been taking the backseat to Dawson.
in
a
this
bit.
Crom resurgence. It's not been him that's been driving it,
Yep.
and in this game it was him.
But that's almost a good thing.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
But in this game, it was him that was driving it, and that's good enough for 3 votes. For
Yep,
me.
I rate it. I rate it.
4 the Bont and 5 Nick Dacos.
Yep. Well, I think all our tallies are going to be a bit similar. For 1 vote this week, I got Bo McCreary also.
Love it.
He is one of the best pressure players in the comp.
Yes,
Where his chase is amazing.
He's worked on his skills. The past couple of years, he's been very sloppy and a bit just off it. And
now
it's coming together.
His touch is a lot better with the
better.
footy,
Lot better.
and he's just doing things in attack down the wings. There was that one play where he was just keeping the ball in after bumping a bloke, just shitting it to keep it in, relying on the bounce and just getting those extra meters.
Has
You
he
just
always
love to
been
see
this
it.
good, or is he just
No.
out of nowhere?
Defensively, yes. He's always been this good at
Because he
tackling.
had 17 pressure acts.
Yeah,
and he's always been very fast, but
Yeah.
his eye and his like Ben said, his touch has never quite been there. But it's coming together.
as a tackling player, he reminds me a lot of McDonald, Tip and Woody, big time. When
Yes,
he's
yeah, the
when he's
chase
got
down.
that 5-10 meters of closing distance on the player with the ball, and that's what he needs to sprint to get. He just puts on the clamps, and there's no getting out. He's so strong. 2 votes, Danger, Patrick Dangerfield.
These votes are looking very similar.
Very
Usually we
hugely
have a lot
similar.
more variance.
3 votes, Marcus Bontempelli.
Yep.
4 votes, Charlie Cameron. And 5 votes, Nick Dacos. This is probably the most similar tally
So is Dacos
we've
getting the
ever
perfect
had to
20?
each other. Dacos did get the perfect
Perfect
20.
20,
I think
yeah.
that's only the second time that's happened.
Yeah.
Jez
Jeremy
Cameron got a
Cameron got
perfect
it.
20
Yeah.
once,
Yeah.
and now Dacos has got one.
He's winning the Brown, though,
I
for
think
sure.
next week we'll have an update on the tally.
Yeah.
We'll do that for next episode,
Yeah.
and we'll see what the top 5 is looking like.
He's gonna be far and away
I think
leading.
there's going to be a
Bit of daylight.
He's got one hand on the trophy already in what round 5,
And,
round
the
6?
inaugural medal / trophy will be named after the
Are we
winner.
also going to present
Yes.
it to him?
We'll give it a
Because
crack.
if we follow him, if
we'll
we
give
go
it
to
a crack.
Melbourne and track him down and go
Give
to
it a
his
crack.
house,
We'll
and
buy
wait
a
outside
trophy from a trophy store and
Yeah.
we'll give it to him. Next up, we've got the flagship segment, or one of them, of the Barely Touched Him podcast. It is Adopt Your Boy, ladies and gentlemen, where we have adopted our beautiful boys. As we know, it's Sam Flanders, Joe Richards. There's the theme music. And only one of the boys has played this week. It's Paddy Parnell. He was back in the Sandful, back with a vengeance, you might say. Adelaide, the Sandful team, Adelaide, lost to the Bulldogs. I forget what, I think they're like Central Districts or Western Districts or something like that. They went down, I think, by about 5 points. I tuned in as the Eagles-Port game was happening. I had Eagles and Port on the big screen, and then on my phone I had the Sandful going on. And in the first 3 quarters, Paddy was turning it on.
in there.
He finished with 19 disposals.
Is he still looking very small?
He is still looking very small.
Like bigger
So-
than me, small.
In the 3 weeks since we've seen him, he hasn't gotten much larger.
Well, he hasn't at the time. He got assaulted
in
by
good
Nathan Broad. He's
modern
been
medicine.
recovering. 19 disposals, 2 tackles. Could have easily been 25, but again, I don't know what it is. Paddy Parnell is always on in the centre of the ground in running handball chains. He's given
Love
him
it.
an option, and they're not hand passing
Get
it
him
to
in the team.
It's ridiculous. He could have had 25 and 2 goals. He was tearing it up.
Well, who do you need to talk
I
to
would
about that?
would drop Max Michelini and I would put Paddy Parnell in the team. Paddy Parnell will win the Rising Star if you put him in.
Can he?
Get him in.
Is he eligible?
He's eligible. It's
Oh,
only
okay.
because he was mid-season draft last year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And look,
Get him in.
Get him in the team. It was a ripper performance. I don't think he will get in. You know, there's backdoor politics about these things. You know, it's not because he's not good
Crom
enough.
has got a very strong side.
It would
that's
be
his problem.
stronger with Paddy, with Pistol
Well,
Pistol
who do you
Paddy
need to
Parnell.
talk to about this?
Well, I'll talk to some people. The Crom
Mark
follow
Rashudo.
the
Mark
Crom
Rashudo.
follow me on TikTok, so
Mark
I
Rashudo
can
directly.
shoot them a message.
Get on to Mark Rashudo directly.
Update with your boys. I'll chase up Mark. I'll chase up Rue. But how's Sammy Flanders going? Do we
Sammy
know
Flanders still recovering.
time frame?
None.
Yeah.
But
To be confirmed?
possibly a couple of weeks.
Okay,
you
all
would
right.
think. Hopefully in time for when the Suns are here in Perth. To
That would be
play
great.
Fremantle.
We'll hit him up.
Because we obviously want to go see. I want to see my boy play.
Yes.
But tentatively a couple of weeks.
Okay. All right. And Joe Richards, Joel, any updates?
Yeah, look, he didn't play, and it's concerning. So I'm going to have a chat to him and just make sure he's okay.
Do you know why he didn't play?
No, but there was
So
that
you
illness.
haven't done your research for the segment.
He's been
No,
dropped.
hang on. We don't know why. There was no publication to say why.
Okay.
He's been
So
dropped.
what I'm going to do is I'll message him, check in how he's going. It might be the illness that went through the club recently.
There was a bout of illness
so
going
it could
through
have
the
been
club.
that.
We
But hey,
don't
look,
know.
I'll have a chat to him, make sure he's all right. Give him a talking to.
Yeah.
Like talk him up, get him
Talk
ready for the next
tactics.
one.
Yeah. Give him some
Because
plays.
I reckon I can really contribute to his game.
I think so. Hey,
Joey, can you kick more goals? I just need you to kick more goals. I've got a podcast with my friends.
Very
all right.
good
Next up,
impression.
we're going to do. This was actually Joel's idea. It was very good. A top 8 prediction. We're kind of a quarter, nearly a third of the way through the season, and we're going to give a prediction of what we think the top 8 is going to look like at the end of it. Did you write yours down, Corey?
I did.
Okay, good.
We're gonna go from the bottom to the
Bottom
top.
to the top. I'll go first. We'll
Shoot
go
it.
one by one, like we each do our 8th. Okay.
Okay.
In 8th, I've got the Western Bulldogs.
As do I.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Yes, Joel?
Essendon.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
I've got them in 9th.
Okay.
Oh.
By percentage. By percentage.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does feel good to say. In 7th, I've got Port Adelaide.
Not bad. I got Carlton.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got Carlton as well and Port Adelaide
seven?
missing.
I just realised I forgot about Carlton in my top 8. But they're not there. They're not there. There's no room. I'm sorry. There's no room because in 6, I've got the Crom.
Oh, the Crom at
Yes,
6.
the Crom at 6.
That's pretty good. I've got St Kilda.
In 6.
Oh, in
Yeah.
6th
You're
place.
fucked.
That's
Ma-
way.
It was
yeah.
mainly to get this kind of
Are
round.
you high? In 6th?
Yeah, 6. That seems
Mate.
fair.
Only so much room at the top, Joel.
That's-
Who
that
have you
seems fair.
got at 6th?
I've got the Crumb as well.
Yep,
I
yep.
think they're doing well enough to sit in that little mark there.
I think it's a reasonable guess, honestly,
Yeah.
for them to be 6th. 5th, I've got Brisbane.
Okay, not bad. I got Sydney.
Yeah. I just realised I forgot about Sydney as well.
You know there's 18 teams.
I've missed Sydney and Carlton. I'm backing myself. They're not making the 8. They're not making the 8.
Did you have Port Adelaide in that team as well? And the Bulldogs?
Yeah, Port and the
Yeah.
Doggies in 7th and 8th. Yeah. Go on, Joel, 5th.
I've got Brisbane as well. I think you were just looking at mine.
No, I'm just very smart.
Look, Brisbane are there, but they're not top 4.
Yeah. Now we're into the top 4. 4th, I've got Geelong.
As do I. Yeah, Geelong.
Yeah, me too. Are you
Yep.
seriously just copying off me?
No. 3rd, I've got St Kilda.
Well, you're wrong.
3rd for Adelaide.
Third, the
You got the
Pies.
Crom in 3rd.
Crom
I
third.
love that.
I love the Crom.
I absolutely love that.
You've injected the Crom heroin
Yeah.
How's it
straight
feel?
into my veins, and
Yeah.
I'm into it.
It's
I love
good.
I love
it's
the
good.
Crom.
It's good to be Crom, isn't
love
it?
it.
We're on the bandwagon. 3rd, Joel. Who was yours?
I've got the Pies.
Yeah. All right. You're too short of where we're going
Yeah,
to
it's
be.
a little bit short.
2nd, I've got Melbourne.
Essington.
Essington 2nd.
Yeah.
You're fucking high.
Nah.
There's no
They're
way.
going. They're going.
They're not
They're
going to
going.
make 2nd.
They're going.
They're not going to make 2nd.
Yeah, they
Joel, who have you got 2nd?
I've got Melbourne in 2nd, yeah.
Okay. And 1st, I've got Collingwood.
Yeah, I also have Collingwood.
Play the music. Play the music.
Well, I'll
You
wait.
fucked it. You're not playing the music. There we go. He's playing the music. And I wonder who Joel's got.
Yeah, well, when this music, runs through.
Yeah,
it.
we can just listen to
No, we
this.
just
No,
listen
no,
to this.
no,
We just
we
listen to
can-
this.
Yeah.
No,
we'll
Joel,
just we'll just
say,
listen to that.
make your prediction. Are you going with the Saints?
Yeah, the Saints are on top
The
of the ladder.
Saints are on top of the ladder,
Yep.
so I don't really need to ask you for your ladder prediction for Is Joel Okay, the other flagship segment of the Barely Touched Him podcast. You're still going first on the ladder? You absolutely telling me right now that Saints are going to be top of the ladder?
Saints will finish top of the ladder. Saints will win the flag, and I'll be over there for that prelim final
crazy.
and the grand final, just in tears,
Make
celebrating
sure
that.
when you have the sound effect, Corey, on the as well as the fart that you just played, for when the Saints' wheels start to fall off.
Yes.
You get Sound of Silence by Simon and
Simon and
Garfunkel. So,
Garfunkel. Yeah, we
hello,
can-
darkness, my
can
old
do that,
friend,
yeah.
as we're talking to Joel.
Well, it's not going to happen.
While he's
this is our
crying.
year. Ross is here.
He is here.
King's going to come
Yep,
back.
Yep.
I just cannot wait for the inevitable implosion.
Oh,
But
honestly.
I'm predicting you for third, but I think it
What
might be
will
lower.
happen if it is the Saints Pies grand final? We're going, aren't we?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You would think-
100%.
you would think so,
I'll
yeah.
talk to Gillen. I'll get us a corporate box. It'll be fine. Next up, we've got other sporting news.
Well, I've got some
and we
footy.
can-
Some
oh,
footy
you got
news.
some footy news. Yeah.
So, the long-awaited deal for the Tasmanian side.
Yeah, I saw a headline about that, but I didn't read
days
it.
away.
Are they
from-
going to do it?
It's certainly seeming that way. Anthony Albanese stepped in. There was a
Good on you, Albo.
There's a $240 million shortfall on the stadium that the AFL has required them to build to get it over the line.
Yes.
And Albanese stepped in and said that the federal government will pay that.
The feds.
So
Okay.
It's a $750 million stadium. No roof because Test cricket is not able to be played under a roof.
Why not?
That's just what the ICC says.
What I disagree with the ICC.
So, and
Oh,
it's-
lucky you're not on the ICC.
Yeah. well,
Interestingly,
it's-
the capacity is only 23,000, which seems small, but I think a nice compact stadium will
I don't
actually
think
be
every stadium
better.
needs to be
No,
fucking
no,
huge.
no.
Well, they're not going to
especially-
fill it,
yeah,
so it
it's-
doesn't need to be.
It's a smaller
So
population state. I think it'll look cool.
That's within days of being confirmed as
Are they going to call
rubber
them the
stamped.
Tasmanian Devils? Is that what they're going to call?
no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
What are you?
out of all of the ones put forward? Devils is not even one of them.
Really?
No.
What are the ones they're putting forward?
I can't off the top of my head. I can't remember.
the Tasmanian Tig. No, we already have the Tigers.
Mm.
The what?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
already,
yeah,
there is
already the Tigers.
How
what about?
good is it having a live audience?
I
that
know.
can give us like-
I know. What would you? Let's throw to the audience. What would you name the Tasmanian team? The Tasmanian
inbreds, okay.
inbreds.
That's
I think
not-
we're not off to a
not
good
great.
start. We're not off to a
Not-
good
And this
start.
is why we
Fantastic.
don't normally have audience.
Not
What do we reckon?
fantastic.
What do we want to name the Tasmanian team?
The salmon.
The salmon.
Okay.
I like the salmon.
Look,
It's
I
not
do
bad.
like people
The
rocking up
Tasmanian
wearing salmon
salmon.
shirts.
That's actually not bad.
I like. What's another animal that you can find in Tasmania?
Could you imagine
What's
the
a-
mascot if it was a salmon? Just one giant salmon.
Well, they
running
should
around.
bring out a fish tank filled with salmon for the game.
Yeah, I like that.
And they
yeah.
just
I
like,
That.
you know, they.
Or replace the whole front ring of the stadium
With
with,
just a fish tank.
with a
with a
trench,
fish tank.
and everyone can
trench.
fish.
We should organise.
Everyone can fish
this
for
team.
salmon as the game is on.
that
that's
would be
good.
cool. That would be
That's
very
good.
cool.
I like that. I'll put that forward.
All right.
The Tasmanian Jackie Lambies. How about that?
Oh,
The Jackies.
Yeah,
not
the
bad
Jackies.
at all.
The Jackies.
Next one, Zach.
Not
give
bad
us one.
at all.
Yeah, give us a mascot idea, Zach.
Or a team name, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind the Dolphins.
Yeah.
What about we
can go the Dolphins.
Trav, you got one?
The Wombats.
Yeah, Wombats are cool.
Yeah,
the
they-
Tassie Wombats.
There could be
yeah.
there could be Wombats in Tasmania.
And then you could like refer to them nickname wise as like the Bats, like Ghana Bats, and you
Yeah, I
go with
like
the
that.
Wombats. Like, yeah, that's.
I like
I
that.
rate the
Wombos.
Wombats.
That's good. We'll have to do some research
So
to see if
let's
Wombats
say,
exist.
let's say they do this. They're going to do this team. They're going to do the Tasmanian team.
It's certainly seeming with this funding. It certainly seems that it's going to happen.
But
within
more
days.
importantly,
as
does
we
Gil-
know, as we know, with
the deadline was last week. So
so it should be done then.
it should be done. And if Albanese is stepping in, that he wouldn't be giving them that much money unless the team was going ahead.
Here's a great question that I've just thought up with that we can throw to the group. You know, when the Gold Coast first had their franchise starting and they needed a big franchise player, they got Gary Ablett.
Yes.
Who would you have as the franchise player to if you could pick
who's
anyone
from
in the
Tasmania?
league?
Well, you would think Rewalt
No,
would
they
go
don't, need to, they
instantly
don't need to
back.
be from Tasmania. I just
Okay.
mean like because Gary Ablett's not from the Gold Coast. You just
Nat
need
Fyfe.
someone who's going to sell tickets and is hell good. You would go Fifey?
You'd go Nat 5.
Yeah, I don't hate it actually.
Yeah,
I
Nat
don't
Fyfe.
hate it. Who would
Send
you
him
go,
back there.
Joel? You need a marquee player. You need a fucking huge guy who's going to be on the posters, who's going to be selling the tickets.
Like Jonathan Segler.
What?
Don't.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, wait. Look, I reckon Dusty could go up there for the
Dusty would be cool.
Yeah.
Dusty going
He's
to
not leaving
Tassie
Melbourne.
would be very, very
He's
cool.
not leaving Melbourne for no amount of money.
I reckon. Oh fuck, who's like hot shit? Who's
Clayton.
Clayton Oliver would be very cool.
Yeah.
If
you
you
could
got
send
Clayton
someone like
Oliver to
Jeremy
Tasmania.
Cameron there. Jeremy Cameron. would
Jezza
be good.
Cameron would be awesome.
That
just
would be huge.
kicking bags in Tassie. That would be sick. Who won the Brownlow last year again? Paddy Cripps.
Paddy
Yeah,
Cripps.
he's
He's not
moving.
going to leave Carlton,
won't
but
leave.
it would
He
be
won't
amazing if he did.
We'll monitor.
Audience, who would you throw to Tassie? Who's the franchise player? No, stop it.
Not him.
Stop it.
Get out of my shed.
I would support that.
Security, seize him. No,
Definitely not Clayton Oliver. You don't want to see his head on every post.
No,
he's not got a head for posters, doesn't he?
Not have a
Who's
nice
a
head.
Well, the
gorgeous
thing
player.
is, you could make Clayton Oliver hot if you gave him a makeover.
give him a
you could-
haircut, for fuck's
Get
sake.
him a good.
Okay, so who's the prettiest player?
Expecting the contract to be for like 2 years,
5.
5 years.
It'd
It's
have
got
to
to be
be
5 year
5.
deal.
It'd have to be 5.
Last 3 years
It'd have to
out
be
of the
5.
years.
Yeah, that's fine. As long,
Franklin.
Buddy Franklin. Oh, I mean, yeah, I can see it.
Already at the walks. They're already.
Well, listen. We'll keep the finger on the pulse.
Well, who's the
and
prettiest player in the AFL right now?
Oh, there's a lot of
Josh
hotties in the
Dacos.
AFL.
Josh Dacos.
Well,
is
besides
quite
Josh
handsome.
Dacos.
Dacos is hot.
Very handsome.
Look, Christian
Bailey
Petrarca.
Smith.
Oh, actually,
Lady
Christian
Bailey
Bailey.
Smith.
Petrarca's a hottie. He's got a TikTok
Yeah.
channel where all he does is cook with his nonna. Women love that shit.
Yeah, they do love that.
They do love that shit.
But look,
He's a 10.
We'll keep our finger on it. By next week when we record, it should be a done deal.
Can we
So
start a cooking channel
we
then?
can confirm it.
If that's
What would we
works?
cook on the cooking channel? What can you cook? You're a chef.
Oh,
what are
I'm
you
a
going to
chef,
cook?
yeah.
What are we cooking with you?
Oh, we'll cook octopus.
Oh, I don't mind that.
But like we
That's,
could just like point off in another direction. People watch
Yeah.
our cooking shit. Like
I'll
like we do
do.
for Paddy.
I'll do. This is how you cook mee goreng on a really good
Oh,
budget,
that's
but you
good.
you sauce it up with some extra saucy stuff.
Like a
It'll be really
fancy
good.
mee goreng.
Yeah.
Well, look, we've got some other football stuff.
Yeah, what do you got there, Corey? What do you
Todd
got?
Goldstein played his 300th game.
Yeah, love Big Goldie.
With
love
a
very
black
Big
eye
Goldie.
as well.
good.
All those promotional
Yeah.
stuff. He looked like
Yeah, he was
shit.
on 360 and he looked like he got into a fight with a couple of crackheads. His face was
Now,
fucked
this
up.
leads me into an interesting statistic.
Yes.
This is from Useless AFL Stats, which is a
Oh,
page
yes.
that I absolutely adore.
Yes.
So the most games not played is a stat that exists.
Like missed in your career, like you're not available for the week. Yeah,
so
yeah.
the accolade belongs to one David Mundy, who has technically missed 78.32 games by sitting on the bench.
Whoa.
This is bench time on games that you are in the team for, right? Just so
Yep,
we're
yep.
clear. So of Mundy's career, he technically only played 297.68 games. He never made 300 technically. And
Can someone tell him that?
of all the players playing or have played, the only two that actually did get to 300 were Lance Franklin and Jack Rewalt, 310.64 and 301.06. Hawkins and Pendles can get 300 this season because they just don't hit the bench.
Yeah.
Goldstein, that was his 300th, technically 256.84.
That is a lot of games missed.
So good on you, Goldie, but get on the ground a bit more, champ.
I've got another useless AFL stat. It's not useless, but it's very niche. This is Sir Swamp Thing. Great Twitter account if you want
Love it.
useless AFL stats. Not useless. He does really good work, but really deep diving, obscure AFL facts. So these are games with 25 plus contested possessions.
Oh, I saw this.
How many games, how many times a player has done that?
Yeah, I think
so. 11,
Clayton.
11,
None.
11 players have done it one time. Paddy Cripps, Chris Judd, Jack McRae, and Tom Mitchell have done it 2 times. On 3 times, we've got Ben Cunnington, Josh Kennedy from Sydney, and Gary Ablett Jr. No one's done it particularly 4 times. 5 times, Dangerfield, Fife, and Neil. And only one player has done it 7 times.
Clayton Oliver.
Clayton Oliver. How fucking good
That
is that?
unbelievable.
Joel, have you got footy news? Anything niche you want to chuck in?
Not really.
Anyone been suspended? We could talk about the tackling debacle. There's been guys.
Oh, actually, yeah.
That's a big
yeah.
thing that's been happening. I'm sure you
I've
have
got
some
stuff.
opinions. Some people have been getting suspended
Well,
left and right for dangerous tackles.
While he looks that up, Frederick's out 3 to 4 weeks with adductor, which is a shame. Very
Abductor.
Abductor. Is it adductor?
It's abductor.
I think it's adductor.
Abducted?
It's
okay.
It's
All right.
adductor.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
the inside one.
Abducted?
Okay.
You're going to get abducted in a second.
It would be so easy to abduct you. It would be very. We could do it right now. Right now.
Alrighty, Port Adelaide are in a bit of bother right here.
Yes.
So Georgiades is going to miss the next 12 months with an ACL.
Yeah, that sucks.
His
That
contract
sucks.
is coming up as
Georgiades,
well.
really?
Yeah.
So his
ACL 's
contract
done.
is up. Could he come home to WA? possibly.
I think he will. I think he will.
The Eagles could use
So
him.
he's probably played his last game for Port, I reckon. And like he would be a good trade pickup for the Eagles.
Yeah. You got Tom Jonas is out for a week for him as well. Todd Marshall's concussed, so he'll go through the concussion protocols.
Yep.
And I think it was Farrell. Yep, he
Kane
also
Farrell, yep.
yeah, he's also injured himself.
So who have Port got next week?
The Saints on
Oh,
Friday night.
they do, don't they?
And I don't know why anyone's even thinking this will be a close game. Like, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, me being a one-eyed
I'm going to
Saints.
tip Port.
I'm going to tip Port too.
I'm definitely going to tip Port. 100%.
This is why I'm winning the tipping.
Is it in Adelaide?
No, we're watching it as well. It's in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, Port then.
Power.
Yeah, Port for
Let's
sure.
go.
You both are stupid.
Like on the dangerous tackling stuff though. It seems
Well,
like there's
Motlop got a 1 week ban. For
Motlop got a
tackling
1 week
Dougal
ban.
Howard.
There's a lot of. It seems like the MRO yet again for the 1,000th time is not being clear in what they want players to actually do and what they want umpires to actually do in a game. It's a lot of the footy pundits talking about it, particularly Kingy and Joey on First Crack, which I do enjoy watching. It's a very good show.
They had a good bit about it, and interestingly, some vision that they showed were from last week was quite a few players that were holding the tackle standing up,
not bring them down to the ground.
So the players are starting to adapt.
Yes.
But there is times when you cannot help it. You absolutely cannot help it. But it is very interesting that players are starting to adapt and hold that tackle.
It is a massive change. Yeah. It's a massive change to what tackling is in the AFL. We just had rain start. She's fine.
I'm looking at the audience all confused, like, what's that?
That's all right. We've got a little ASMR for you now, ladies and gentlemen.
Got some soothing rain.
You're sitting by the fire. There's rain outside on a hot tin
We've looked
roof.
at the radar. It should.
Well, what we can do is we could
right.
throw to our next segment, which is the mailbag.
We do have
Hang on. Wait. Before we go to that, I've got some more stats.
Give it to me.
Whether or not
Give it to me.
whether or not they're useless or not. This is just something that I picked up that was very interesting. 7 of the last 10 flags have been won by teams in the bottom 3. West Coast, Hawks, and Richmond.
Oh.
6 of the last 10 wooden spoons are currently in the top 8.
That's a good stat. That's a very,
Incredible.
very good stat.
Incredible.
What is that? Joel's trying to write us
pause
messages.
before the mailbag, but
Yeah, because we can cut it up.
No,
it's
it's
all good.
fine.
It's
It's
fine.
fine,
We'll just
Joel.
go for
It's
it.
fine. We're going to go to the mailbag and everything will be fine.
When I put a message in front of you, isn't to go, oh yeah, let's say it on there. The whole point of the message.
You could say it. You could actually say
You could
it.
just say it.
Act
We
like
could
we're at least
say the
professional.
message, Joel.
Good to say it. Good to say it. That's everything I've got from the footy standpoint. Oh, a very solemn. A
least
very,
the
It's
audience.
like Mini-Me when he can't talk. It's like when it's like,
there was a very solemn one. A fella for Birdwood FC, Antonio
Yeah, I
Loicoino,
saw
20-year-old
this.
fella, copped a hit and
Yeah, sadly-
basically died on the field.
sadly passed away.
Very
It's-
sad.
I've
It's a
had-
1 in a million.
I know. I've had something like that happen when in a game I was in. The guy didn't pass away. He was
Yeah.
paralysed.
Oh,
it was
shit.
playing Canning Vale, and it was I forget the fella's name. A guy on the opposition team. 2 guys going for a contest, and I was at the other end of the ground in the back line. And it was sort of on the half-forward flank at the opposite end. But you could hear they were both going for the ball, I think, and their shoulders catch each other. And you just hear and I could hear it from the fucking other end of the ground, and the
Yucky.
guy was like spinal.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally done. It's amazing that
It doesn't happen
we
more
haven't
often.
seen it in the
Yeah.
AFL.
Yeah.
Touch fucking wood.
Well,
Like, it's a dangerous
there was the guy
sport.
in the
It's a
waffle
very
10
dangerous
years
sport.
ago who was...
That's right.
He played a few games in the AFL. I forget his name. It's on the tip of my brain.
Yeah.
And he went for a hanger and just came down face
Yep.
first, and he
Yep.
went a bit spinal. I believe.
I will say the Jeremy Howe arm one really scared me.
Oh,
Like,
that was bad.
that
That
was
was
a
gruesome.
really, really nasty hit on the way down.
He's had a bit of strife with that, by the way.
Yeah.
We should have put this in maybe last week or even this
Yeah.
week. He's had a few more surgeries because he got infection.
Yep.
On the inside and the outer wound. So he's been in for like 3 or 4 surgeries.
Yeah, because
since
it
that
was
happened.
sticking through his arm,
It's
wasn't
bad,
it? Like
yeah.
it's
with
you
a
know, it's
with a compound fracture, infection is almost inevitable.
that's
And
messed up.
He's had a few problems with it, so it's a little bit delayed on that arm.
Yep.
Which is very, very unfortunate for Jeremy, but
Yeah.
It is what it is when that bone
He was
pokes
running
out.
this week though. He was back
he's
training
been
and
running.
running,
He's
which is
been
fucking
running.
good on
He's
him
been
for
running.
recovering so quick. All right, I think it's time for the mailbag. And
Hang on,
it's
hang on. Hey, whoa,
okay,
whoa,
I've been
whoa,
cucked
whoa,
again.
whoa,
I've
whoa.
been cucked again. All right.
We've got other sports
All
here.
right, other sports,
We've got
other sports. Go on.
Well, it's been a big week in Adelaide, and not because of the gather round.
Of course.
Last week was the
course.
gather round, but Live Golf happened in Adelaide, which was
We do-
absolute scenes.
We do love the golf.
Absolute
And
scenes. The Live Golf, some of the tournaments that they've had have looked a little bit stale, to say
bit
the least.
lackluster.
A bit lackluster.
a bit lacking in exposure for
And
one.
I think this one, exposure,
And energy.
crowds,
Energy.
This,
Yeah, yeah.
An
this,
Aussie crowd just changes it as
Yeah.
well.
this one has
The
kind of
energy we
changed the
give.
landscape a little bit. It was packed.
It
The
was
energy
off
was
chops.
heavy.
We have Trav in our live studio audience was there.
He was there. He was there.
it? How fucking sick was it, Trav? Shout out.
It's a festival with golf in the middle.
Festival
Yeah.
with golf in the middle. He
Fuck
reckons.
yeah.
Yeah, very good. So Chase Koepka got a hole-in-one on hole 12.
Yeah.
And it's, if anyone's seen the viral video going around, that's the one.
Yep. I
Uh,
showed it to the missus this morning, and she
it-
doesn't watch golf at all, and she went,
There
"That was
is
amazing.
Thousands
that was so cool."
of beer mugs being thrown on the green. The player himself is going off.
Yeah.
And there's just so many people having
Yep.
a great time.
Well, did
and
the
that's
PGA,
what the PGA is missing.
Did the PGA still do event in Australia, or do they not anymore?
No, there's no PGA
That
event in
is
Australia.
dog act by the PGA.
And it's
like,
Cam Smith, who is one of the marquee players of Live Golf, was
Yep.
a huge proponent behind bringing it to Adelaide.
Yep.
He is from Adelaide.
Good on you, Cam. Good
And
on you.
He said, "Look, I'll get paid $110 million, but let's have a gig in Adelaide." And it's turned out to be a massive endorsement for Live
Yeah.
on the whole.
Yep,
So
it's
good
just
on him.
and it's good for golf in general to have this energy there. Like that's like thousands of people going nuts and like getting huge exposure to golf in Australia and as a sport as a whole. Like it's great. It's awesome.
Yep, golf is good. Live Golf, good.
Baseball is happening. I haven't watched any of them yet,
Yes.
but they're doing the games.
They are.
I don't know how my Padres are going, but they've. I think they've gotten a couple of wins against the Diamondbacks.
Yep, love it. Diamondbacks
they've
not
been-
very good.
They've been hitting the ball. They've been
Real
they've been
scientific over there,
catching the
Benry.
ball, and they've been throwing the ball.
We're gonna get
Is that how baseball works? Fuck
pretty.
me.
I mean, pretty much. Pretty much.
Honestly,
Pretty
you're
much.
not. There's not much else. There's
Like, I've watched
really not much
Benchwarmers,
else.
that's about all.
Good film. Good film. Yes.
In soccer news,
Yeah.
as the popular Netflix show, shit, I don't even know what it's called. We Are Wrexham or something.
Yeah, Wrexham have won the National League and got
Yes.
promoted.
Wait,
So
is there
they're
a Netflix show on it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
it's on Disney Plus. I think
Oh,
here.
Disney
Disney
Plus,
Plus.
yeah.
We are
Ooh,
Wrexham.
sweet, I'll watch that.
So
So
this
they're
is
up-
the team that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney
McElhenney,
bought, and they've been in the National League for 15 years, I believe it is. This is the fifth tier of professional football in England. And you can get promoted all the way up to the Premier League if you keep winning and you keep getting top of your table. And they've finally done it after injecting millions of dollars into the club. The scenes of them getting promoted, all of the fans streamed onto the field.
It was nice.
People crying, like
Yeah.
it's amazing. And they're a working class Welsh footy
I
club.
don't generally
It's
like
great.
Welsh people, but it was.
Oh,
not,
remember that
What about
time?
It was nice.
Anthony Hopkins? What about Anthony Hopkins?
he Welsh?
He is Welsh.
Oh, I don't like
I'm
him.
pretty sure he's Welsh.
Do you remember when we
What the-
started this
what-
podcast and we found that Welsh bloke at the pub?
We did find that Welsh bloke at the pub. He was cooked.
The
he
first
was
day we
cooked.
got together to organise this podcast.
Yeah, we went to the Belgian Beer Cafe,
Yeah.
and there was this. We're sitting outside, and Corey is often a magnet for crazy people.
This is
And
true,
we
yeah.
love
will
it.
cut-
If
there
you
is-
sit around Corey long enough,
If there is
someone will
if
come.
there is a cooker at the bar,
Yeah, they come right up.
They will see Corey and go, "He's my new best friend.
Yeah, they come
he's
right
my
up.
new best friend. I'm
Yeah,
I'm gonna go and
I
have
do
a chat to
encourage
him."
them a little bit.
And this guy, who, as it turns out, was a Welshman, has just been like a moth to a flame to Corey. And Corey was not reciprocating the energy. He was just
No.
like, "No, dude, can you fuck off? Can you fuck
Yeah.
off? Can you fuck off?"
Get the fuck out of here.
At one point, he like touched you on the arm, and you were like, "Don't fucking touch me."
mind you,
I
Corey was
thinking,
also
are we
a
going to
lot
have
of
a
beers
fight?
deep.
Like, is there going to be punches thrown? I'm like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's when we knew we'd found something special with the pod. We knew it was going to be
We
good.
all knew in that moment that we hated the Welsh.
Yeah.
Is that definitely going to be the name
I'm
of
trying
this
to think
podcast?
of who else is a famous Welshman. Is Tom Jones Welsh?
No, he's
We talked about this that day.
Who's a famous Welshman in the live studio audience?
None. There's none.
No, I'm googling famous Welshmen.
none.
We have to know.
In other
give me other news.
Michael Schumacher, who is still
What was that?
recluded.
Bullet for My Valentine. Scream,
Bullet
Aim
for
and Fire
My
is a good song.
Valentine?
Yeah.
The band?
The band.
Wow,
Yeah,
I
no, good.
Did not know they were Welsh, and I still don't like them. Michael Schumacher, who is still in his injured state and reclusive from the media after the horror ski crash
not
some
good. Not
10
good.
plus years ago. There's been a bit of drama around him surrounding ChatGPT and the likes.
Oh, I heard about
Is
this.
he
So-
behind ChatGPT?
No, he's
like
not.
he's the one giving you the answer.
He-
I don't think he's got the capacity to
He
do
is
programming
behind
at the moment,
eating
Joel.
mashed potatoes through a straw at the moment.
Oh, Corey.
So,
Prayers up, Michael. We love you.
Oh, I love
He
Michael
didn't just say
Schumacher.
that.
I love Michael
yeah.
Schumacher.
Yeah, keep going.
but there's a
You've got me hooked now. Reel me in.
There's a tabloid rag that has already been in trouble and sued by the Schumacher estate years ago for a false article that had a salacious headline that had nothing to do with the contents of the article. So now their new gig is they've interviewed Michael Schumacher. An
Really?
exclusive interview, the first time in
How?
12 years. Well, it wasn't him. It was artificial intelligence pretending to be him.
So cool.
So
yes.
they ran the headline that it was an exclusive interview with Michael Schumacher, and then you open the tabloid.
This has changed the
and
game.
and you read it, and it's not him, and his family is not enthused about
This
that.
is almost like when those Indian blokes cooked up a fake IPL. They cooked up a fake 2020 Premier
Yeah.
League and had people
Now,
betting on it.
that was actually very cool.
That was very cool. That's
cool.
like a great scheme to do with the
that
boys.
was not organised by the Indians. That was a Russian.
It was a
gambling-
Russian operation.
It was a
Yeah,
Russian
yeah, yeah.
gambling ring.
And the players, I don't think they were in on it, were they? Or
Oh,
they
they-
had the
They were
earpiece?
100% in on it.
They
They
were
were
in.
fixing matches. Of
They
course,
were-
of course they were in on
they
it.
were in.
I've got the famous Welsh people here.
Here we go, here we go.
Okay, obviously Sir Anthony Hopkins. Dame Shirley Bassey.
Who's that?
How do you... Diamonds are forever. She fucking... She
Is
was a
that a
singer.
James Bond song?
Yeah, she was a singer. No, and she did Goldfinger, the song. She's the only
I'm
person...
not old enough to know that.
She's an iconic singer, Shirley Bassey. All
right,
right,
who
yeah,
else?
next,
Who else?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Is that a picture of Jesus?
No, that's Catherine
Oh,
Zeta-Jones.
okay. All right.
It's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta. She's got an American accent.
Yeah, well, you know, she's Welsh.
She got out
and also
quick.
Tom Jones is Welsh.
Tom
I was
Jones is
correct.
Welsh. Okay.
Tom Jones
All
is
right.
Welsh. And that's it. There's no one
Give
else.
me the
There's-
applause for
there's-
Tom Jones.
There's no one else from Wales. I think that's all we've got for the... unless
Just
you've got
quickly,
more.
There's an F1 race this weekend. It's been 3 weeks.
Oh, is Michael Schumacher in it?
Azerbaijan.
Oh,
The
Azerbaijan.
Baku street race. Very good track.
Yeah.
Extremely fast for a
Where
street
is
race.
Azerbaijan?
You know.
It's Eastern Europe, isn't it? Yeah.
Like, what's
in
it
the
near?
up-
What's it neighbouring?
Up in near the Baltics?
Near Romania, I think.
Yeah.
I'd love to
Um,
visit there
They're
one day.
Slavic, aren't they? They're Slavs. Okay, all right. It's
yeah,
touchy.
yeah,
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Very good race. Very good street circuit.
Yep.
It's the only circuit in the F1 calendar that is on a World Heritage site. They actually had to pave.
wow.
They had to actually put pavement down and stuff over some of it when they started this race.
Nice.
Very good. Very fast. There's an interesting section on half of the track with some hard corners and whatnot. Should be very interesting.
Yeah.
We'll-
Who are you
we'll-
tipping? Who are you tipping to win?
Verstappen,
Of
for
course.
sure.
Second though. Who are you tipping for second?
Piastri.
I'd like to see Alonso keep going and getting the podiums. Probably,
boy Nando.
Probably George Russell and
Yep.
Alonso. Will
What
get
about
it there.
Ricardo?
I think we're going to throw to the mailbag, Joel. I think
Yeah,
it's
hit the
finally
mailbag.
time. Now
So-
we forgot to do posts this week for the
Yeah, we're a
mailbag.
It's been a heavy week.
It's been a heavy week. We've been busy. There's been shit going on. And now, but we've been saved by our live studio audience who we're blind reacting to these questions. We don't know what they're going to be.
That's gonna
We
be
told
great.
them they can be footy related. They could not be footy related. Some of this could be a bit fucked. I don't know what people have said. So Joel,
Well, it's more fun if I don't read him out because we've seen, if anyone has listened to this podcast in the past,
I can read them out.
yeah,
I'll read. Yeah, chuck
what,
'em in.
what happens when I get given a question without notice is I just shit myself.
Yeah, pass it here. I'll read them out,
and
Joel.
generally whatever I say is like,
Okay,
funny.
so question the first. How do you think Junior Rioli felt beating the Eagles? That's a nice question to start off with.
Yeah,
How
that's
do you-
actually a good question.
I think he would have felt pretty good, but conflicted. You know, it's bittersweet.
I thought the
Yeah,
crowd was good with him, like not
bittersweet.
getting stuck into him, not booing him.
Well,
went
it was a
for-
Port home game, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, yeah, but the players could have got stuck into him even, but they didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think they came out and said
He was nervous during the week. He said.
they came
Yeah.
out before the game. Adam Simpson at least did and said, "No, we love him. Like,
Yeah.
he's still
Well,
great."
he left so he could spend more time
he
with his
seems
family.
like a good guy.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
seems like a very
There
good
was
guy.
it wasn't a Rory
What,
Lobb
Simpson
situation.
or Rioli?
What? Oh no, both. They
Oh,
both
It,
seem
was,
like a good guy.
it wasn't a
Yeah.
Rory Lobb situation where the coach and the players were
Yeah.
inflammatory in the media before the game.
Because that really worked well.
Gun to my head, I think Junior Rioli is a better bloke than Rory Lobb. That's
Oh,
just gun to my head. I don't know. I haven't
100%.
met him. I haven't met
What
him.
gave it away?
It's the vibe.
one
I
of
don't
them
know.
smokes pot and the other one doesn't.
So you know, one's cooler
you
guy.
take the
yeah.
chill guy.
Question the second. What do you think about Trav's shit live bets? This is our audience member, Trav Stribley.
He had good
was on the
bets.
live
I think he
bet
won.
today.
I think he won 'em.
Actually, I don't think they were that shit. I think he
he won
actually.
5
good.
times.
I think he got
Pretty
up in
good.
the end.
Quite degenerate when you look at it
Yeah,
objectively.
we were being a bit gremlin-y. It
But
was-
I mean, if it's winning, it's winning, isn't
That's
it?
right. That's right. They don't ask how, they ask how many, as they say. So it's a big tick from me on the Trav live bet front. Question the third. Will it be a St Kilda versus Collingwood finals? That question doesn't really make grammatical sense. But
JL wrote that one.
It is what it is.
will they play each other in finals? I think, yeah, that's the question there.
It's likely.
It
I
is
think
likely,
it's possible.
especially if we do finish top 4.
I think it's possible that we're first and fourth, vice versa, or or second and third. So yeah, I think it could
Yeah,
realistically
well,
happen.
we're going to finish on top. You guys are going to finish 4th, so
If
that
you
will
say
happen.
so, we'll
It is
fly
looking
over.
likely.
We'll
It is-
fly
It
over.
is looking very likely.
I'm skipping the next one because it's a bit too risque.
Can I see it?
No. Well, the problem is I'm reading this. This one I like. Condoms, yes or no?
No. I don't
I'm
even
gonna
know.
go with-
I don't even know how to use
I'm
one.
going to go with yes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go on record. You should
No,
wear
no.
a condom.
No. Any kids out there, just leave them in the drawer.
So you have them in the drawer, but they're just never getting used. They're
Oh,
never-
I would imagine there would be some in there.
What else is in your drawer?
I don't know. Don't go in there.
I've got 2 in the wallet that haven't been used in a while.
Yeah,
You're not
are they-
supposed to keep them in your wallet.
Yeah, they've been there for a
That
while.
makes them degrade.
Yeah, well,
I've got one. How's Joel's ankle? Are you still mad at? I'm not going to say this person's name, but you know the person, just in case. You know, I don't know if there's legal shit. I don't know.
no, like I was
What's wrong
playing
with
lawn
your
bowls.
ankle?
Someone threw a lawn bowl down and it clipped me in the ankle. When I decided I would jump out the way, but what I did is I jumped out of the way into the lawn bowl.
Oh no.
So what you're saying is it's your fault.
Not actually, like they shouldn't have thrown the ball down.
It was his fault.
Are you
we
gonna-
got witnesses here
We
claiming
got
it's your
witnesses.
fault.
Who's
On his birthday as well.
on his birthday? No
It is
less.
some bone bruising. It would take a couple of months to get better, but
Yeah.
I'll tough through it.
You
yeah.
tough it out. You
I'm
tough it
sure
out.
the team is just waiting with bated breath for you to get back on the green.
Here's a good one. Joel, what's the over/under on AFL games you miss watching by going to gigs this year? And also follow up, what has been the best gig you've been to this year? Joel's been to a lot of concerts.
Best one this year was Not Fest.
Yeah, yeah. Which was the best band at Knotfest? Which was the best
Slipknot,
band there?
surely.
Parkway Drive.
Yeah. Fuck
That
yes.
checks out.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I missed the Saints game that night actually when we belted the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a big one too. That was a
Missed
big
Friday
win.
night's game as well. Just gone. I've missed a heap. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The Moore River Pro on this week. How's the French girl doing? Meaning the
You mean the Margaret River Pro?
Marg River Pro. Sorry, Marg River.
Margaret
It's just
River.
it's
More
just,
River.
yeah.
It's not a little
Yeah.
waves.
I
coming
would
there.
love to see them.
It's
Some good brim.
Anyone not from
It's actually a
Perth,
canoeing competition. Yeah, it's very pleasant. Margaret River Pro. Who's winning?
look, my favourite French girl.
What's her name again?
Joanne Defay.
Joanne Defay. You
Yeah.
love her. You
Everyone's
love Joanne.
most
Look,
famous.
I do watch
famous
her very
crush.
closely. Yeah.
This is a follow up to. We had an episode where we said our celebrity crush. I went with Kylie Minogue. I'm old school.
Anna de Armas.
Anna de Armas for you. That's very. I thought you'd pick something a bit more niche, but Joel picked something incredibly niche, almost too niche, with this Joanne Defay girl. Wee. How does she feel about the retirement age getting raised? Is she not a fan? Is she going to protest at the Margaret River Parade?
I'm really not sure.
Not sure? All right, we'll come back to that one. And to finish up on the mailbag, that's
An
what I'm saying
internet
here.
connection.
If you went to prison and you got to have an Xbox, what's the one game you would play on that OG Xbox? What would be the one to get you
First,
through?
why can't we have PlayStations? I want to
It's
protest that.
my question, Joel. You're in prison. You don't get to make the decision. You've got an Xbox. What game are you
The
playing?
Department of Justice has got a deal with Microsoft, you see.
Ah, I see.
I just made that up.
I'd go. See, you're so convincing when you say these
This is
things.
what I mean. You don't know.
You know he does computer science. You know he's getting a degree. I'd go with WWE Raw 2. That was a really good game.
I mean,
AFL
odd-
Live
it's an odd
2005.
odd choice.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater's a good
Tony
shout.
Hawk's good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
AFL Live 2005.
Oh god.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
And the graphics are the same as the one that's coming out
Wasn't
this year.
Smoking Joe Mercedes hell good in that game?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, big
Yeah, he was.
boy.
Yeah, he was.
Oh boy. Well, I think that's about all we've got on the segments that we've got written down. I think
If
that
anyone
was-
is listening, go like the Instagram page.
Yeah, give us a follow on
all that
Insta,
stuff.
on the TikTok,
YouTube.
on on all that stuff.
And we'll be putting out a second episode for
the tips, which we'll be recording directly after this one. But
Yes.
yeah, that'll do. Barely touched him. Episode 10, the 10th episode extravaganza is done.
Thank
you
you.
for listening, audience. There we go. Yes.